If you're like me and you're in your 30s or maybe your early 40s, shout out to my millennial folks. You probably got a baby or two now, or maybe you want a baby or two, or maybe you want to be in a serious relationship. That requires time. And so if you are so bogged down at your job, or you are so bogged down running your business inefficiently, how are you going to experience those things that you truly value? Whether you're a 9 to 5 grinder or a solo entrepreneur, aka a self employed entrepreneur, I want you to stay tuned. Because in this video, I'm going to break down to you why traditional 9 to 5 structure just does not work. And I'm also going to share with you what you need to do to shift into your purpose, your prosperity, and your financial flow. Now, you may be wondering, what is the real reason why I feel like I don't have enough time? I'm still counting my pennies. Even if you're making multiple six figures, if you're still checking your bank account and wondering whether or not things are going to be there, or things are going to work out, or things are going to align in perfect timing, I want you to understand the reason that that is happening is not because you're lazy, not because you are doing the wrong work necessarily, but it's more because you are operating in misaligned energy. So, what do I even mean by this? You see, the 9 to 5 system was not built for you to thrive. And I want to be very clear here, because you may be watching this and you may no longer be in the 9 to 5 system. But what I want you to understand is that the 9 to 5 system often translates for solo entrepreneurs and people starting their own businesses. And what I mean by that 9 to 5 system is exchanging your time for money. Listen to this. Your time is a finite resource. You literally know how much you have. Maybe you don't know how many years you're going to live, but you know that you have 24 hours in a day to get things done. And so when you are exchanging your finite resource for a little bit of someone's infinite resources, guess what happens? You experience burnout, you experience resentment, bitterness, frustration, anger, disappointment, all things that you, in my opinion, shouldn't be experiencing in this beautiful life. But that is what we have all been, me included, conditioned to believe is the right way to generate an income, to work, and to take care of ourselves. But guess what happens? More work does not equal more money. And exchanging your time for money does not equal freedom. You see what actually happens when you are exchanging your time for money? It's repelling success. It's repelling your wealth. Now, I want to be clear here. Everyone has different desires for wealth, different amounts, different ways that wealth looks. However, when you are out of balance, is what I call it, when you're giving 8, 10, 12 hours of your day for something, there is something inside of you that says it doesn't exist, or I have to chase it. And one thing I've learned in life is that when you're chasing anything, it's gonna keep running from you. And so, this is why it's very important for you to step out of that grind. Whether you are still in the corporate sphere, or if you're working for yourself and you're grinding as though you are in the corporate sphere, it's time for you to step out of that grind and step into alignment, step into aligned energy where you actually feel like you're working with your natural flow versus working against it or pushing that boulder up a hill. I've definitely been there. I worked in finance in New York City for 11 years. And the entire time I was working there, a lot of my jobs were, what do you call it, on contract, because I graduated at a time where getting a job wasn't that easy. Right? And so I'm looking for contract jobs. I'm trying to find contract work. I'm getting these little contracts. And then when I finally got into something long term after 2 years, I was freaking bored. Not because I don't like working, but because I wasn't doing work in a way that felt good to me, that actually honored my energy. And when I left the financial world and I started to do real estate part time, and then full time, I recognized I was still feeling the same way. It was as if I was like forcing myself to do something versus going with the flow. And you might be able to relate to this. And what I recognized when I became a full-time confidence coach is that that same energy was chasing me. Even though I love being a coach, the way that I was exercising my coaching business or fulfilling my coaching business was as though I was replicating being an employee. And I want you to understand that the impact of this is like less creativity, less time, and definitely less money, because the energy that you would use towards your creativity and to serving your people is usually filled with thoughts of lack or thoughts of I want to be doing something else or thoughts of how could this be easier. And that really blocks your flow, your messaging, your purpose. Like, if you've never been here before, I like to say that you are not the source. You are a resource to the source. And being a resource to the source, there needs to be a clear channel for the messaging, the insights, whatever's supposed to come through you, the ideas, the innovations. There has to be a clear channel for that to flow through you. And so when your energy is misaligned and you're working 10, 12 hours a day, slaving in a sense, guess what? That energy flow is blocked, right? That messaging channel is blocked. And so this is why that 9 to 5 system just does not work. Exchanging your time for money is a terrible habit that we've all been conditioned into, but there is a better way. There is a way where you can literally work less and produce more. And you're probably like, well, come on, Sarah, can you get to it? Well, let's talk about it. You see, the key to breaking the cycle in 9 to 5 style work, traditional workforce work, is to start aligning with the truth of your energy. And you're probably like, well, how do I do that? Well, the truth of the matter is, it's honoring your feeling good or your feeling bad. I know this may seem esoteric because we haven't been taught to honor our feelings. Me, for example, I'm a Cancer sun, Taurus moon, Scorpio rising, aka Miss Emotional, okay? And my whole life growing up, I was told like, hey, you're too emotional, like you mustn't act on your emotions. And then I mature and I learn for myself that our emotions are energy in motion, aka they're indicators that are always telling you what feels good, what direction to go in, what is going to produce the greatest results versus what doesn't feel good, what feels like you don't really like yourself, what feels like you're forcing something to materialize. That's what emotions are truly for. And so, in the conditioning of your emotions are not trustworthy, guess what? We ignore our emotions. I have been there, right? And I also have been on the other side of things where honoring my emotions produced the best freaking results I could have possibly thought of. And so, for the past few years, 2, 3 years, I've really been aligning with honoring my feelings, trusting my instinct. And when I trust my instinct, things always go better than I thought they possibly could. And so I'm inviting you in your own way, because this channel is all about human design and business. It's you identifying what is your human design type, and then from there, understanding your strategy and authority for success. If this is your first time here, I highly recommend you go and download the Neutrino Design app and plug in your birth date, your birth time, and your birth location, and it will give you your human design information so that this video and all of the videos on this channel will make sense to you. I want to plug this in here because I recognize that a lot of people don't know this information for themselves. They don't know their time of birth, right? You may know your birth date and your birth location, but the time is usually something that's so obscure. So I want to encourage you to go figure this information out for yourself. Ask your mama, ask your dad, go to the hospital, whatever you need to do. The only reason I know mine is because my time was written in this baby book and I've kept it, right? It's at my parents' house, but I always go look at it and my time is written right in there. And so why is this information important, and why don't we know this information in general? Because it's important because it gives you the exact time and date and location that you were born, which means something very special in the planets was happening at that unique time. And it gives you literally the manual for your energy. This is why some people can work and work and work and work and work creating nonstop, and others need hella naps. I'm one of the nap people, okay? I'm in the nap group. All right, because we have different energy resources and we have different auras and we also have different purposes here in the human realm. And so until you learn what your specific purpose is, aligned with your type, then you're going to be out here misaligned, operating like somebody else. I've been there, okay? I've been the hustle hard girl for sure. And it produced results. It just didn't produce results that felt good to me. It didn't create the reality that I dream of and that I know is possible for me because I was out of alignment. And so, me leaving the financial world was the first step into aligning with the truth of me. And so, you may still be in the corporate grind, or maybe you've already left and you're hustling through your business. I want you to take a pause and just be curious, like, what if there was a manual for the way that I am meant to thrive? And then be curious and actually go look into it. Again, the name of that app is Neutrino Design. That is Neutrino Design app. Go look up your human design. Let me know in the comments what you find out about yourself. I am a projector and I would love to hear what your type is. Now, let's get back to the topic of today, okay? So the key to breaking the cycle, like I said, is to start aligning. And the first thing you're going to do is identify your human design type, right? Once you do that, you're going to honor your design, honor your type. And by honoring your type, you're also going to honor your specific way of working. I want to share something with you. A friend of mine who is a different type than me, she's actually a manifesting generator. She invited me to be a part of her group. She's playing a game in the world where she is, I would say, is educating people on finances and making money like something fun and joyful and something that we understand and like love, right? So she put together a group of people. I think it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of us that are all there. And most of the people work in the financial sector. I'm a coach. One of the other people is like art director. And we usually meet on Fridays. And she sends out a text today and she's like, no meeting this Friday. And I thumbs down the message. And so probably about half an hour later, she calls me and I'm like, hello. I answered like this because like a lot of people do not have my phone number. So I'm like, she has my phone number. And I'm like, who's calling me in the middle of the day, right? So I'm like, hello. And she's like, yeah, so why did you thumbs down my message? And I was like, because you're not the only person playing a game. You're not the only person that's up to big things and is using this group that you've put together to make that come to reality. And she's like, that's such a good point. And I was like, and remember the thing that you're growing out of? And she said this herself. Being a part of a group and trusting a group to work is something that she's challenged with. She's used to doing things on her own. And it's so interesting that I'm a part of this group as a projector who's meant to see things that other people don't see. And I thumbs down the meeting and she calls me and I share this insight with her. Yes, you put it together, but the rest of us are here because we want to accomplish big things too. And so if we agree to this time and we put it on our calendar to be here with you for the next amount of weeks as we put this program together, guess what? We're looking forward to those calls too. And you canceling the call because of your own, I don't think it's the best time, or I don't think I'm ready, or I just don't want to have the call, that doesn't support the collective. And she listens and she goes, thank you. Thank you for the thumbs down. I'm going to think about what you said and I'll get back to you. And by the end of that phone call, she had some insight that she didn't have before. Because yes, this is her group. She put it together to accomplish her goal. Guess what? Anytime that someone puts together a group and people join, it's because they see something for themselves. Yeah, I'm going to be a part of your thing. I'm saying yes to your goal. But guess what? In this opportunity, I see something for myself. And so when you cancel the opportunity for myself, yeah, I'm going to be big mad. I'm going to be big mad. And sometimes we don't see that. And you see, this is the difference with me operating according to my design and her operating in her design. Her design as a manifesting generator is to create the space, build the thing, deliver the innovation. My purpose in that space is to speak on the things that I see that she may not see. And those require two different types of energy. The energy to build something is totally different than the energy used to see things that others don't see. And so I share that story with you because you also have a unique purpose according to your human design. Maybe you are the generator that's always telling people what they should be doing. That's not your role. Your role is to build things, baby. And when you're building things and you're lit up, you make a difference in the world. And so I share that story for you to understand that this is why the 9 to 5 approach to working and having a business just doesn't work. It doesn't honor your specific energy and how you're meant to show up in the world. If I was working a 9 to 5 and my friend, my business partner called me and I couldn't answer the phone, that's out of alignment for me because my role is to offer that insight. So I need to be free and available and out for a walk, or maybe I'm taking a nap that gives me the rest so I can answer the call when I get up. Like, I need to have that freedom, that time freedom, because time is way more valuable than money. I need that time freedom to live into my purpose and operate according to my human design, my energy type. And so what you want to do is you want to identify how your energy type is meant to show up in the world. Okay. And once you do that, you then want to identify what are the different ways that you can monetize your energy. Okay. Now, this is important for you to note because when it comes to working in the workforce or working the corporate grind or working the 9 to 5, we heavily relate on our certifications or our degrees, and we think that that is the extent of who we are. But the truth of the matter is, your design, your life experience, the beautiful things that make you you, they are all up for monetization, baby. Like, I can think about every time that I worked a job, like, I didn't get to truly embody all of me. I couldn't bring all of this energy, all of this sass, all of this neck rolling to a job because people might think that I'm disrespecting them. But that's simply just my passion. That's just how I bring that energy. That is Sarah, baby. And so the truth of the matter is, like, being an entrepreneur and being a successful entrepreneur is about your freedom, like your total full self-expression freedom. And that includes your time freedom, which then leads to your financial freedom. And this is why I'm so passionate about you honoring your energy, because you deserve to be all of you. For example, if you're a manifesting generator, you pigeonholing yourself to one specific way about doing work is no fun for you, because you're literally meant to innovate and have fun and dabble in all of the things that you love doing. But when you try to just do one thing and operate in this one way that's very restrictive, guess who that kills inside? You. And baby, we need you lit up, doing all the things you do innovatively. And so this is why I highly recommend, like, breaking the cycle of operating in a box, operating in the sense of giving your time over for money, which depletes your creative energy. It depletes your life force. It makes you feel like, damn, this is all I have to offer the world. And then by the time you get home, you don't have the energy to pour into your creative pursuits. And you are a creative being. You are not a working being. All right? I have an example that I want to share with you, because I keep seeing, like, Mary J. Blige performing. She is, like, maybe on tour or something right now. So I'm seeing her on Twitter, and people are like, yo, she looks mad tired. She keep putting the mic out for everybody to sing for her at her concert. And I'm like, yo, she looks out of alignment. Like, homegirl looks tired, literally tired. And Mary J., I say this with love, right? I'm not coming at you. I'm using you as an example of what it looks like to be out of alignment. Like, when you love what you do, you bring the energy every day. And when you don't have the energy, you honor yourself and you relax. Versus Miss Mariah Carey. I love using her as an example because she's also a projector. But Mariah Carey literally is chilling, relaxing, maxing, all cool. She makes I won't say the most because I don't know her finances, but guess what? Every Christmas time, homegirl knows she gonna make a bag. Every Christmas time. And that is her working efficiently with her energy type, because I don't got the time or the energy to be up on your concert all the time, on tour. I don't have the energy for that. So I say that to say, you'll recognize that People who honor their energy, they work in a rhythm, they work in a flow. There's times where they're hella on and times where they're chilling. But if you're working a 9 to 5, working every single day, you're out of rhythm, baby. You're out of alignment. You're not honoring your energy. And when you're not honoring your energy, there's no way you're going to accomplish the time and financial freedom you truly dream of. And here in Sarah Villian's world, my role, my purpose is to be the catalyst that propels you to that, that propels you to alignment with what is for you, what is true for you, what is best for you, and what is you honoring you, pleasing God, and serving your people. Now, I want to just highlight and harp on this, that your personal brand, meaning everything about you, is worth so much more than that degree you got. Okay? And I got a degree, baby, from the mighty Penn State, the 𝐁𝐎eH𝐿 College of Business. And what I will say is that what I've been able to recognize for myself is that a degree is simply a tool. A degree is simply an asset of sorts. It's a resource. Never once did I actually use my degree in any job that I had. It was all my personal skills. And now, as a confidence coach, as a business consultant, I'm very clear that that degree gave me some experience and some knowledge that I can apply, but it doesn't define my knowledge, nor is it everything that I need to know to be successful. It is simply something that I use. My degree is in economics, and this is why I'm like, yo, personal branding is everything, because supply and demand. You create the supply and you also create the demand. Okay, we're gonna leave that for another video because that's some tea right there. Last thing I want to say here is your job is to leverage systems, right? Like, you identifying your energy type and then identifying how you want to monetize your personal brand, plus you leveraging systems like what you're here watching me on right now, YouTube. This is a system. YouTube is a search engine optimization system. When people are searching how to make money from my phone, or how to get paid to exist, or how to make money based on my human design type, they're going to come across this content that I'm creating here. Why? Because this is a system that I am leveraging. And by leveraging, I simply mean showing up. And that's a part of the deal that many people don't want to do. Like, there are people I know that are so educated, they have all the degrees, they have all the information, and then they don't show up. If you don't show up, who are you serving? Yourself? Who wants to sit on a mountain of information and not disseminate it? You. So, we're gonna wrap this up with this. Your energy is your wealth. I'm going to say that again. Your energy is your wealth. Remember, time is more valuable than money. You can always get more money. You cannot get more time. And so you want to better manage your energy, because the better you manage your energy, the richer you will be. This is where you want to do more with less. Me recording this video, creating this content, sharing this information and these insights with you is going to reach people that I will never ever meet. And it will do it without me having to go shove it down their throat. So I'm doing way more from the comfort of my home than I would do if I was outside hitting the pavement. And I want to encourage you to tap into these tools. Like, you get to stop grinding. You get to actually feel like you're making progress and actually enjoy that progress that you're making. And so this is what I want to encourage you to do by honoring your energy. That is how you do it. This is how you make the most out of life. And if you're like me and you're in your 30s or maybe your early 40s, shout out to my millennial folks. You probably got a baby or two now. Or maybe you want a baby or two, or maybe you want to be in a serious relationship. That requires time. And so if you are so bogged down at your job, or you are so bogged down running your business inefficiently, how are you going to experience those things that you truly value? We only got 24 hours in a day, baby. So my encouragement to you is to learn how to better manage your time so you can do more with the time that you have. And most importantly, you can enjoy the life that you're meant to live, having your time freedom, your self-expression freedom, and that financial freedom that allows you to enjoy this worldly human experience. So if you're sick of being tired, you sick of being tired and sick of being tired and sick of working hard, and you're sick of feeling like you're getting nowhere, it's time to end that. It's time to change the game. I want to encourage you to check out my masterclass that I've linked down below that is going to teach you how to get out of the 9 to 5 grind and start making 6 to 7 figures as big as you want to make it. I can't make a promise to you, but it's going to teach you how to go from making 5, 6 figures on a job to then making 5, 6, 7 limitless figures as a personal brand, utilizing your own energy, your own expertise, your own gifts that were given to you before you were even born. So go down into the caption of this video and check that out. And I promise you, it's time for you to get paid for who you are instead of what you do. I love you, and I'll see you in the next one.